Hello, everyone, and welcome to I Am Preeminence. And I'm Kay, and this is our space. And today I have the beautiful, the talented, the incomparable Shellane McFarlane. She is the CEO of YL Beauty Cosmetics line. She is a talented designer. She is a magician with her hands because the products that she creates literally is changing people's lives. From her testimonials, from the reviews, and they smell so good. Shellane, welcome to our channel. Welcome to our platform. Happy Women's Month. I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank you. Thanks to everyone, and thank you so much for that introduction.
You're welcome.
States, you've known me for years, so
guys, I'm sure you don't know, Shellane and I have known each other since we were maybe like 12. We are Rotarians. We went to Wilmer's Trust High School for Girls together. She was in Housen and I was in Murray, but that's not the point, okay? We remained friends for decades. It's been how many years now?
7.
We've been friends for a long time. And I'm excited about her product line. I'm very excited about the many ventures that she's undertaken because she lives on the island of Jamaica and she's like, her work is now international. And it's so amazing, Shellane, that you're here. So I'm going to stop talking and let you go ahead and just tell us a little bit more about your journey into YL Beauty, which is what we're going to talk about today, because this is not your first product. It's not your first artistic venture. So just give us a little bit more details about who you are and a little bit about your journey to get to where you are right now.
Okay, so I just said I'm a creative person at heart. I'm not a person who sits on an idea. Once it comes to me, I have to act on it. Even to scribble it on 10,000 pieces of paper and probably forget what I wrote and then find another 10,000 pieces of paper and write the same thing again. Yeah, I'm that person. So if it's a garment design, if it's a product, skincare, hair care, I have to act on it. So when it came to YL Beauty, what it was is that for years, I couldn't use regular skincare products to take care of my face. I mean, soaps, burns, creams, I'm getting scabs. And you know, when you start to break out, you start to have acne, nobody wants that. Like, who wants that? So I had to find a way and products to take care of my skin specifically because I have eczema and I also have psoriasis. So with the eczema, I am experiencing like dry skin. I may have discolored patches sometimes. With the psoriasis, it creeps from my scalp down to my forehead, my ear. It's a bad situation. So I had to find ways to manage that. And in creating the products to manage those, I figured I can't be the only person with these issues. I mean, I can't be the only one. So I thought, why not do it where I could help others as well? Because I have sisters and they also have eczema. Not as bad as I do, but they have it. And from them testing products along with me, I see that what works for me works for them as well. So I thought, why not help others? So, you know, I've done my research. I've put the products together. I'm talking countless nights of reading and researching and writing. And I came up with YL Beauty. Now, I started out with 3 lines specifically. One for persons with oily skin, which is what I have. One for persons with acne-prone skin, persons who just break out at will. And one for persons with dry skin. Because, you know, 3 different skin types, we're not using the same products all the time.
True.
So that's what I started out with. So we started out with a oil cleanser for persons who wear makeup, because it's better to remove makeup with oil based, because a lot of our makeups are oil based. So oil retracts oil. So the oil breaks down the makeup, it also it's not drying out your skin, and it is moisturizing your skin as well as breaking down the makeup. Then we have our foam cleanser. Now, a lot of cleansers can be harsh based on the chemicals that's in them. I try as best as possible to stick with all natural products, no harsh chemicals, no words you can't pronounce, nothing I have to go find in a dictionary. So I try to make my products as natural as possible. So as I said, we have the oil cleanser, we have the foaming cleanser, it's a gentle foam cleanser.
Mm-hmm.
We also have bars. We also have body bars.
Mm-hmm.
We have, just like with the skincare, we have 3 different skincare lines. Now we have 3 different body bars. So it's a matter of what your need is. We have something that can suit it.
Mm-hmm.
So that's
I think it's great, your products, because you guys, I have the entire product line here with me, right? So the products that she's talking about, for example, the turmeric spice bar, the foam cleanser. I just want you guys to realize that what she's saying is actually, the ingredients are literally calendula, citrus oil. Like, it's so, you can read the ingredients on the label. It's so simple. It's all natural products. They're all things that are naturally found in our environment. And you're still in Jamaica. A quick question. Are these ingredients easy to source for you at home?
Well, majority of them are, because like coconut oil, aloe vera, castor oil. I mean, Jamaica is full of that. When it comes to like some botanicals now, no, that's harder to source. I have to be careful where I'm getting them from. So like for the calendula, that version of calendula, we don't have it here in Jamaica. So wherever I'm getting calendula from, I have to make sure it's a reputable source, and they're 100% organic, no GMOs. Yeah, but overall, most of the ingredients are in Jamaica. Most of them are already in Jamaica.
How has the pandemic affected your business and your brand? I mean, you've always been in the beauty industry. No matter what you've done, whether it was designing something for the outside of our body, like a garment, or creating something that goes on our hair or on our skin, you've always been in the beauty industry. Now, last year was such a whirlwind. No one could have anticipated what would have happened, but it seemed like your business is thriving, and you were at the forefront, always pushing your product despite a pandemic, and you just seem to be growing more and more each day that I talk to you or look at your business page. How has the pandemic affected you? Especially now, I think Jamaica, that you guys have a lot of curfews. So this is really, guys, listen to what she's saying. This is someone who lives on an island in the middle of a pandemic where the government institutes curfews, like I think 8 p.m. Okay. Yeah, so please tell us, how has business been during the pandemic for you?
Okay, well, at the start of the pandemic, definitely slowed down a lot of what I wanted to do, because I wanted to launch my line at a sooner time. But then the pandemic hit, things got shut down, you couldn't even ship or bring in stuff. It was just crazy. So what I did is that I didn't try to fight it. I just moved with how things were going. So it definitely slowed things down, but at the same time, I didn't say, oh, it's a pandemic, I'm just gonna give up. It's like, no. People still need help regardless of what's going on out there. And even so, persons are quarantined in their houses. Even if you're not going out, you still want to take care of your skin. Because, whether or not someone is seeing you, you still got to take care of yourself. So it definitely slowed things down, but I am hopeful that things will pick up and get back to not normal as to what it was before, but let us adjust to the new normal, So it did affect it, but not so much that I was saying, okay, I'm giving up, I'm stopping, I'm not doing anything anymore. Yeah.
And then that's such a big deal because a lot of women, I don't even know about men, but I know as women during the pandemic, everybody was like on a skincare vibe, you know? Yeah, I love
It's
it.
a good time to tap in and know your skin and know what works for you. It's a good time to explore, and a lot of persons were doing a lot of DIYs and finding out what works for them and what doesn't, and kind of decluttering and clearing out their cabinets of stuff that they realize, I'm not using this anymore. This never worked for me. Why do I still have it? You know? Yes, a lot of that was going on.
That is so true. And then your name, because I've known you with different brands, we're talking about YL Beauty, right? Please explain to our audience, how is it that you came up with the name of your brand? It's so unique. What does YL stand for? Clearly beauty is because it's a beauty product, but just tell us a little bit about a backstory about the name of your brand.
Okay, so from you know me to use one name, just Sim Style Designs. That's what I started out with. And apparently I waited too long to get my business registered. So when it was time to register my business, I couldn't use my name, which was so devastating to me. I'm like, I've been using this name for like years. You're telling me I'm ready to register and I can't use it? So I had to find something that also represents me that I could, build a brand off of. So I thought, why not use my own name? So I started with Yashika Lane, which is Yashika is my middle name and Lane is the last four letters of my first and last name. So I thought, why not? So after going with Yashika Lane, I'm saying, okay, if I'm going to start a beauty line, I don't want it to be that Yashika Lane is just one thing, So then I said, okay, I can't use Yashika Lane Beauty. That's too long, too complicated. So I just shortened it to YL Beauty. And that's how the name came about. So it is now YL Beauty by Yashika Lane.
Okay, and so now talk a little bit more, because you shared some really good news with me about getting registered and being official with the country, like all your legal documents. Just explain a little bit, because we are promoting excellence within our Black community. We are Jamaican, we're Jamaican, American Jamaican. They might be a young adult, not even just for Jamaica, but even here, who I've discussed this before, the importance of like building your brand, getting your LLC, getting it trademarked, getting a patent for things that you're doing. I don't think people understand. Like, you lost your name, Sim DC, and you've been using that since you were like 13 or 12 years old. Like,
years.
Forever. And I'm like, whoa, okay? People don't realize the importance of registering your business name. So tell us a little bit about the process.
All right. So when it comes to registering a business, it's very, very important. As you said, I learned the hard way. Should have done it years ago. So once you settled on a business name, it's important to get it registered, not just because you want to get the legal parts of it covered, but you want the name to be something that's yours. You don't want it to be that 10, 20 other persons have that name, something similar, that if someone is speaking of your business, they're thinking of someone else's business. You understand?
Yeah.
So here in Jamaica, I cannot speak for Jamaica. Here in Jamaica, once you have a business, you would go to the Companies Office of Jamaica website. So when you go to that website, you register. Once you register, you submit 3 business names. Now, these 3 names are to ensure that if you don't get your first choice, you get second or third choice. So you have to submit 3 business names. But it has to be something very unique as possible. And of course, there are going to be some keywords in some business names like styles, beauties, limited, incorporate, stuff like that. But at least the first part should be as unique as possible. Now, once you've submitted the names, in about 2 or 3 days, they will inform you if it has been accepted.
Oh,
now,
wow.
once it has been accepted, then that is where the registration process begins. So you'd have to submit the business name that was accepted, the nature of your business, your personal information, your address, if there's a separate business address, if it's a partnership, sole trader, stuff like that. And there's a charge of $2,500, and that covers you for 3 years. So if you're doing a sole proprietorship, or if you're registering a partnership up to 5 persons, it's $2,500 Jamaican dollars to do that. And after you've completed the registration, made your payments, you would go into the office to submit your documents if they require it, because most times you can submit the documents online, but they may ask you to bring in the originals. And then in about a week, they'll call you for your certificate, and you'll have all your business information right there in front of you.
Wow, it sounds
so it's
so
a
simple.
very important process.
Yeah.
It's not super long. It's not that tedious to do, but it is important to do.
Yeah, because look, you can't even use your own name. Oh my gosh. So how did they inform you that SIM-DC was taken? Like, how did they inform you that the name wasn't available? Because I'm sure that was your first choice.
Well, most of their correspondence is by email.
Oh.
Yeah, most of their correspondence is by email.
Mm-hmm.
So what I did submit was, I submitted YL Beauty, and I submitted YL Beauty by Yashika Lane. Now the beauty wasn't accepted. Well, with just YL Beauty was accepted because there are like a lot of businesses with beauty in the name. So like I said, it has to be as unique as possible because there are some words that a lot of businesses are going to have. But what they did accept is YL Beauty by Yashika Lane. So that is what I've stuck with since then.
Okay. What sets you apart from the competition there? I'm wondering, what is the competition like in terms of natural beauty products? And I'm not talking about imported beauty products. I'm talking about beauty products that are 100% created and authentic to the island of Jamaica. In that space where you're competing against other organic, natural companies, what sets you apart from the competition? Because anybody can buy something off Amazon.
Well, there's definitely. You know? Okay, so there is definitely a lot of competition in the natural skincare products here in Jamaica. I mean, you wouldn't believe the amount of persons, and I'm talking, they're making it authentically Jamaican. It's not like import and then resell. I mean, they're making it here. So natural skincare products are booming in Jamaica if persons haven't realized that by now. So what sets me apart is that I do it all myself. The label design, the packaging, the manufacturing of the products, we call it now, putting the products in the containers. I do it all. So what sets me apart is that I use everything as natural as can be. The aloe vera juice, I extract it myself. The coconut oil, I extract myself when I can. I try to get the most organic form of the oils that I use, and I always test every single one before I put it in a product. And everything I make in my home, I don't have a big fancy lab or a fancy kitchen or anything. Most times, if I'm not doing it in my personal kitchen, I'm doing it in my room. So as I said, I do everything myself. I manage, call it micromanaging. I just want to make sure that what I'm putting out there is, if it's good enough for me, it's good enough for everybody else, because my skin super sensitive. So if I have one minor reaction to anything, I'm not putting it out there. So I make sure that what I put out there is good enough for myself and everybody else.
Right.
So I'm not just influencer testing or just giving out just any and everybody. I'm personally testing as well as giving it to persons to test. And if something goes wrong with even one person, I'm pulling the product back. I'm redeveloping it before I put it back out there again. Yeah.
And so can you tell us about a new product that you're working on right now?
Okay, so what I do have coming up soon is I have a men's skincare and beard care kit working on, which I'm hoping will be out by the end of this month. As I said, I'm testing, I'm developing, I'm researching, because what people don't realize is that women's skin are more delicate than men, and some things that men's skin can take, women's skin can't take it. So we women can't just throw our products on our men and say, here, use this, because he might have a different reaction to it than what we would have. So I'm currently working on a line of items that are specific to men and their skin and their beard care, because as you know, these days men are very much into caring for their beards. They are almost as obsessed with it as we are with our hair or makeup. Yes. So I'm doing at least 6 products geared towards that.
What advice would you give to the young Shellane?
I would say start sooner. Because I took a long time to get things off the ground with the ideas that I had. And had I started sooner, I'm sure I would have been further along than where I am now. But regardless of when you start, the point is to just start. Mm-hmm. It's scary. It's unknown. You don't know. And if you keep thinking of the what if and the maybe and the shoulda, coulda, woulda, then you won't start at all. I mean, honestly, I started this business with what would be equivalent to about $20. Imagine starting a business with $20.
Really?
That's what I started with. Literally. Wow. Yeah, that's what I started with. I just took a chance on myself. So what I can say is to my younger self, start sooner, believe in yourself, because the belief in yourself is more than enough to propel you, and start wherever you are. It doesn't matter how small it is, just start. You never know, just start.
And what would be the advice that you would give to a young adult watching who has a vision or has an idea and know that they're probably unhappy with where they are right now, or they don't know how to even get started, or maybe they're not even up 20 US? What would be your advice to that young adult, or you know what, even like a young adult like us who, you know, they're in their late 20s or they're approaching 30 or their early 30s, and what would be your advice to him or her?
Okay, what I would say, same advice I give to my younger self. No matter what your idea is, once it's an idea that is just nagging at you day and night, you know that you want to do it, you have the ability to do it, but you're afraid to start because you don't know what the outcome might be, or you might think that, okay, I don't have the money to start this right now. Right now, the internet is your best friend. Maybe the reason I didn't start sooner is because we didn't have the worldwide accessibility that we do now. I mean, social media is out there. The internet is more open. You can find just about anything on the internet. So if it is that you have an idea, go research. Start your research, whatever it is. You want to sew something, you want to make a product, you want to be a life coach, you want to be in marketing. Research is out there. Persons are out there willing to help you. And if you're on Instagram, that's like the best place to meet any and everybody. I'm sure there's someone out there in your field that are dropping gems and ideas and advice on their page on a daily basis that you can pick up on something, you know? Mm-hmm. A little encouragement. Maybe your friends or your family are not backing you, but there is somebody out there that believes in you as much as you believe in yourself, or even more than you believe in yourself.
Exactly.
The point is, the internet is open, the world is more open. Anything that it is that you have an idea of that you want to start a business with, there are persons out there. There is free advice out there.
And so lastly, where can people, whether we live abroad or we live at home, where can they find your products? Whether it's in a store or online, like where do they go?
Okay, so I do have an online store. It is ylbeautybyYL.com. So it's ylbeautybyYL.com. That's your e-commerce store. You can place your orders directly there. If you're local or overseas, you can place your orders there. We'll get it to you just the same. There is the overseas delivery options as well. And you can also DM me on Instagram. It's ylane_beauty on Instagram. That's ylane_beauty. And I'm also on Facebook, ylane_beauty.
Awesome.
I'm very easy to find. Once you type, as a matter of fact, go into Google, type in YL Beauty, and there I am. So we're very easy to find. And before I go, I want to introduce everyone to some hair accessories that I have currently. So we currently have some hair scrunchies, satin scrunchies. And you know, satin is good for your hair, prevents breakage, prevents frizz. You want to throw your hair back. We have 2 color option comes in each set. We also have our double line satin bonnets. You can see.
Look at that logo right there. Look at that logo. Oh my gosh.
Look at it.
I love it. Love it.
So, yeah, they're very thick. They're thick. They're breathable. And as I said, and these will stay on through the night. Trust. These braids, stay on. Wrap your hair, stay on.
And you guys, I can attest.
Stay on.
When she was shipping me her products, like this is the growth oil. When she was shipping the products to me, I can't even hold all of them in my hands. Like there's so many. Like shipping was not that long, you guys. Mind you, this is in the middle of a pandemic. And I got the products. Okay.
And she got a little bit of everything, so she can tell you what everything feels like. And you spoke about it earlier about so as you were speaking earlier about getting your ideas patented, this is one idea I had that I just acted on at the right time. It was just an idea that came to me a day in October, and I'm like, this sounds good, I gotta act on it. So I came up with the Edge Slayer. Now this is a satin hair wrap, and it's not your everyday hair wrap because this one, it actually accommodates your ears and your sideburns. Now, from my hairline, my hair comes a little bit out more to my forehead. Mm-hmm. So traditional wraps, they're missing this part of my hair. Mm-hmm. So it misses this part, goes over my ear, and then it's all scrunched, and you know that look where your hair is all gathered and scrunched, it's not as flat as you want it. So what I did is I created this product to accommodate your ears and your sideburns. So how it works is that, let me see if I can do a quick demo. And it has Velcros, so it's adjustable. No matter the size of your head, it's adjustable.
Wow.
So what it is that I designed, because I wanted it to lie flat against your head when you wear it, there's a loop. So what it is that you take one side of it, you string it through the loop, put it over your head, bring it up to your forehead. Mm-hmm. And this works if you're wearing braids, if you're wearing wigs.
A wig, yeah.
Or if you're just wrapping your hair at night. So as you can see, it is over my ears and covering my sideburns as well, which is not
Oh
what
my
your
God.
typical head wrap will do. And then you take the two flaps, tighten it, adjust, wrap over, and wrap over.
That is going nowhere.
So this will stay on through the night. This ain't going nowhere. As you can see, flat, flat,
Wow.
flat.
Did you get a patent for that?
Huh?
Did you get a patent for that?
Yes, this design is actually protected. So no one else can produce this design. This is all me. As I said, it was just
how
a random
long did your patent take? Because here in the United States, if you apply for a patent, it could take up to like sometimes up to 3 years to get a patent.
Well, what this is a design protection, which means that this is an improvement on an existing design. Mm-hmm. So existing design is the regular flat rectangular strip that you see most persons wear. So this is the improvement on said design. So this particular design is protected. So no one else can reproduce this design. And in actuality, they said it would take 3 months. But surprisingly, I got it back in 2.
Wow.
Which was like great news for me, because I'm like, but I want to do this now. I was like, no, you have to wait until everything is authorized and certified and you get your certificate. And I got it back in less than 3 months, which was great for me because I was ready to go.
So if someone has an improvement on an already existing product like yours, like people, I think every woman watching this will understand how important what you just did was, right? But how about like a young man who has no clue what we're talking about, but he designed something, like he improved something. Mm-hmm. How would they go about? Because in the United States, we all know you have to apply for a patent. That's it, period. And I'll have another video on how to apply for a patent if you live in the States. But for those that reside in Jamaica, how do they go about getting a patent? Or what you did?
Okay, so they would have to apply through the Jamaica Intellectual Property Office. That's where they'd have to apply for it. And you can also apply for patents here. It's just that I chose, I wouldn't say an easier route, but a faster one. You understand? Because all the same, I'd have to apply for a patent regardless. But this is something that's already been invented. Patents are mostly for things that aren't currently out there. But because hedge wraps are already out there, mine is just an improvement on the design. So as I said, you'd have to apply through the Jamaica Intellectual Properties Office. The forms are already online, so you'd have to select the design tab. The form is there. The form is like a 1-page simple information, but you'd have to submit drawings of your designs, pictures of it already done, and how it is that your product is an improvement on something that already exists. What makes your product different from what is already out there?
Right. And
you, as I said, you submit it, you pay a fee. The fee I think was like 1,200 Jamaican dollars. And as I said, they say it takes 3 months, but I got mine in 2. So yeah, and so in some cases they may recall your design for review. So if it is that your design looks similar to someone else's application, they might call you in to review your design. But luckily, no one else had mine.
Wow, that's amazing. So guys, thank you so much for joining us. This is Shellane McFarlane, the CEO and founder and the one-man show of YL Beauty by Yashika Lane. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Again, thank you so much for joining us on this platform. I am Preeminent. Every day or every upload for the month of March, it's going to be a phenomenal woman, a woman who is an entrepreneur or successful in her career field. Okay, Shellane, thank you so much for joining us. Guys, her information will be in the description box below. Please follow her on Instagram, like her Facebook page, and whether you are on the island of Jamaica or overseas, you are able to shop by her website. Okay? All right, guys, thank you so much for watching, and we will see you in the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.